I knelt down by the riverbed with dust upon my tongue. The moon was hid behind the clouds. The night was deep and long. No echo met my broken words, just silence growing thick, like heaven drew the curtains close and bolted every brick. My fingers trembled on the strings. No song would come to me. The fire had died, the wolves had come, and still no voice, no plea. I cried out with the prophet's weight, but even stars stood still, like angels turned their faces way beyond the blackened hill. I asked if he had left me here, forgotten in my fight, but pain just answered through the wind and vanished in the night. It was the night heaven wouldn't speak. No thunder rolled, no dream to see, just my own soul cracked and dry, staring at a breathless sky. I touched the scars inside my chest, the ones that never fade. Remembered every whispered vow, each silent debt I paid. Still I believe with bleeding hope, though no one called my name, that maybe silence has a sound, and stillness hides the flame. It was the night heaven wouldn't speak. No thunder rolled, no dream to see, just my own soul cracked and dry, staring at a breathless sky. Heaven wouldn't speak. No thunder rolled, no dream to see, just my own soul cracked and dry, staring at a breathless sky. I laid my prayers on broken stone, where no green things had grown. The sun beat down without a care. The ground just turned to bone. Each word I spoke sank through the cracks and vanished in the sand, like heaven's floor was far too clean to take a beggar's hand. I watched the dust rise up again, right where my knees had pressed. Like every cry just fed the wind. No answer, no redress. My My voice grew hoarse, my hope wore thin. The silence loud and wide, and still I knelt and still I wept, with no one on my side. I said, oh Lord, don't let me fail, don't leave me here to roam. But all I heard was desert breath and echoes not my own. There's dust where my prayers fell, and blood beneath my shell. No fire, no sign, no well, just thirst the Lord could quell. I carved a hymn into the dirt, though no one passed me by. Just scorpions and rattlesnakes, and vultures in the sky. Yet still I sing beneath my breath, a song that won't let go. For even in this silent land, a seed still dares to grow. There's dust where my prayers fell, and blood beneath my shell. No fire, no sign, no well, just thirst the Lord could quell. The mailbox creaks like an old church door, but there's nothing placed inside. No parchment words from skies above, no ink from hands that guide. I've waited through 1,000 suns with candles burning low, but heaven kept its silence tight, with nothing left to show. I built a bench from cedar wood and faced it toward the east, hoping for a whisper, Lord, or even crumbs for feast. But morning came and left again, with shadows just as long, and not one note from angel hands, not one familiar song. Is there a reason for this hush, this holy kind of ache? Or did the light just turn away, a vow we chose to break? No letters from the light today, just wind and rust and sky turned gray. But still I stand beside this gate, with trembling hands that choose to wait. maybe grace comes slow like dew, not always wrapped in gold. And maybe faith is proved by days when silence takes its hold. So I won't burn this empty box, I'll guard it through the night, in case one day a line appears, signed gently by the light. No letters from the light today, just wind and rust and sky turn gray. But still I stand beside this gate, with trembling hands that choose to wait. From the light today, just wind and rust and sky turn gray. But still I stand beside this gate, with trembling hands that choose to wait. Steel strings sweet like morning doves, the post still empty, but my eyes look up. I walked that dirt road one last time, my back against the flame. The trees had mouths but held their peace, and none would speak my name. The sun gave up before the dusk, the path turned cold and black, and that old shadow, once my friend, no longer walked my track. The footprints faded as I moved, like time itself withdrew. I turned around to catch my trail, but found it split in two. I called out to the wind I knew, it passed me like a ghost, and silence knelt beside my grief, the thing I feared the most. No voice to tell me I belong, no arms to draw me near, just me and bones and hollow steps, and eyes too dry for fear. Even my shadow left my side when mercy chose not to abide. I stood where all the lost men go, too cold to burn, too dry to grow. I carved a psalm into my skin, so I would not forget that once I heard him call my name before the sun had set. And though I walk through silent fields where even echoes die, there's still a thread inside my chest that pulls me toward the sky. Even my shadow left my side, even when mercy chose not to abide. I stood where all the lost men go, too cold to burn, too dry to grow.
Even my shadow left my side when mercy chose not to abide. I stood where all the lost men go, to burn, too dry to grow greener.
I search for him in thunder's roar, in skies that split apart. But all I found was desert wind and dust upon my heart. No fire came to light my path, no storm to shake the ground, just a whisper crawling through the rocks, too quiet to be found. The trees were still, the stars were pale, the night refused to sing. But something moved behind the hush, a soft and sacred thing, like breath that hides beneath the sigh, of steps without a shoe, a presence clothed in nothing loud, yet somehow breaking through. I used to think he'd shout to me or write his name in flame, but now I feel him in the hush where silence speaks his name. God hides in the dry wind's moan, in broken rocks and dust unknown, not in the loud, not in the grand, but in the heat that shapes the land. So now I walk with open ears, though thunder stays asleep. For grace can rise from barren soil and rivers flow from deep. I'll tune my soul to desert winds to find the sacred sound, where angels kneel without a word and holy things abound. God hides in the dry wind's moan, in broken rocks and dust unknown, not in the loud, not in the grand, but in the heat that shapes the land. The clouds had held their grief too long, the sky forgot to break, the world grew dry with heavy hearts, too numb for sorrow's ache. But then a crack ran through the blue, a streak of silver pain, like heaven dared to feel again and let the cry remain. I saw it drip just once or twice, a tear that made no sound. But in that drop, the dust took root and green returned to ground. It wasn't loud, it wasn't fast, just slow enough to see that even God still mourns with us and weeps in mystery. So I raised my face to that thin line and whispered with closed eyes, is this the sound of you nearby? Does disguised in weeping skies. I found a tear in the sky last night, falling soft with no spotlight, no trumpet blast, no thunder roll, just mercy filling up a hole. I wiped the drop but left the stain, a mark I'll keep for good. A sacred wound, a holy bruise that only angels understood. And though the night came back again, the tear had marked the way to show me grief and grace can dance, and light can touch the gray. I found a tear in the sky last night, falling soft with no spotlight, no trumpet blast, no thunder roll, just mercy filling up a hole. The fire went out 3 days ago, and still I sit and stare. My voice is rough from empty songs that vanished in the air. But one name clings behind my teeth, like ash that won't let go. Tremble soft beneath my breath, too deep for winds to know. I try to curse, I try to run, I drank from bitter streams, but even there, that name remained inside my shattered dreams. I buried it beneath regret, beneath my weary sin, but still it rose like morning dust and settled deep within. No choir sang, no angel spoke, no miracle to appear, but I kept whispering his name even when I disappeared. It's the name I still whisper when the dark won't break, when the silence mocks and the heavens ache. No shout, no scream, just this quiet flame, my cracked lips calling the same old name. I don't know if he's listening now, or if he ever was, but something stirs each time I speak what sorrow never does. So I will whisper through the night until my breath runs thin, and trust that somewhere in the void that name will pull me in. It's the name I still whisper when the dark won't break, when the silence mocks and the heavens ache. No shout, no scream, just this quiet my cracked lips calling the same old name. I sat beside a dried up creek where once the waters ran, and listened close to emptiness like it could hold a plan. No bird, no breeze, no hymn or rose, just echoes from the past. But somehow in that quiet pain a melody was cast. The silence wore a heavy coat, thick with things unsaid. It wrapped around my shoulders tight and named the tears I bled. I didn't sing, I didn't speak, just let the stillness grow. And in its depth a sacred sound began to faintly flow. No one else could hear the tune that sorrow made for me, but I could feel its broken chords where words had ceased to be. If the silence could sing, it would sound like this: a groan, a hum, a wound you miss. Not a choir, not a ring, just truth that stings. If silence could sing. I've walked through storms that held no voice, through nights with heavy skies, but now I know the quiet hum is where the spirit cries. So when I find no song to sing, no voice to lift me up, I drink the hush like bitter wine and bless the empty cup. If the silence could sing, it would sound like this: a groan, a hum, a wound you miss. Not a choir, not a ring, just truth that stings. If silence could sing. I retraced every empty mile where hope once turned his face, remembered every bitter night I cursed the quiet place. But now I see the shadow lines that move just out of frame, the footprints in the ash and dust all leading to his name. He didn't shout, he didn't blaze, no burning bush, no sign, but every silence held his breath, each sorrow traced his line. He sat beside my shivering bones, his hand upon the flame, and waited there with patient eyes until I called his name. I thought I walked the dark alone with angels looking down, but now I know he took each step where all the roads had drowned. wind I curse, in the ache, in the drought, in the deep, in the worst. Not loud, not proud, but steady and strong. Oh Lord, Lord, you were there all along. Now when the silence comes again, I'll pull a second chair. For maybe grace don't always speak, but it is always there. The hush no longer frightens me. It hums like an old song, the kind that sings of holy ground where wounded men belong. He was there all along, in the wind I cursed, in the ache, in the drought, in the deep, in the worst. Not loud, not proud, but steady and strong. Oh Lord, you were there all along.
I used to think I'd been erased, forgotten in the fold. Another voice the stars ignored, a story left untold. But then I heard a trembling chord rise softly through the air, a melody that knew my name, carved deep in every prayer. It wasn't sung from mountaintops, nor thundered through the flame. It came like oil on weary skin, and gently spoke my name. Each note was soaked in mercy's wine. In truth I didn't earn, but still it played, and in that tune I felt my spirit turn. He didn't shout, he didn't write it loud for crowds to see, but every line that met my soul was signed for only me. My name in his song, like a whispered grace, not written on scrolls, but a hidden place. My Savior's song. So when the dark returns again and silence takes its throne, I listen close with quiet breath. I'll never be alone. For once you've heard the sacred tune that calls you by your name, no night can steal that melody, no death can drown its flame. My name in his song, like a whispered grace, not written on scrolls, but a hidden place where sorrow fades and hope belongs. I live inside my Savior's song. My name in his song, like a whispered grace, not written on scroll, but a hidden place where sorrow fades and hope belongs. I live inside my Savior's song.